Today, we are going to dive so deep into the collective unconscious that even the bottom of the ocean will need a squirt of this lubricant to release the pressure. The object of our analysis, water displacement, 40th formula. A little blue and red cylinder that contains more repressed libido than all of Vienna in 1905, including the secret sessions I never dared publish for fear of scandal. Fasten the seatbelts of your Oedipus complex. Hold the trigger of your superego tight, because we are about to spray into every last corner of the psyche. First, allow me to formally introduce the patient. Full name, WD-40. Born in 1953 in San Diego, California, after 39 failed attempts, an authentic inferiority complex overcome on the 40th try. Current age, 71 years, yet it looks 25. It never ages, never rusts. Official occupation, displaces water, penetrates rust, lubricates, protects, cleans. Unofficial occupation, solves problems nobody admits to having. Preliminary diagnosis, multifunctional narcissism with traces of omnipotence. Now lie down on the couch, or rather let us lay the can on the couch. First session of free association. I say a word, you answer with your characteristic sound. Rust. Very good. Childhood trauma, plain to see. Rusty metal is the past that clings, that oxidizes, that refuses to let go. WD-40 arrives like the rescuing hero and dissolves everything. This, my friends, is catharsis in the form of distilled mineral oil. Had I owned WD-40 in 1895, studies on hysteria would have been a 3-page pamphlet. Spray and you're done. Let us now examine the psychosexual stages of WD-40's development. Prepare yourselves. Even Erik Erikson would be jealous of the precision. Oral stage, 0 to 2 seconds after first use, the smell. Petrolatum, solvents, a hint of chemical mystery. The user inhales and instantly regresses to the oral phase. I want more, I want to suck it all in. Many report sniffing the empty can for minutes. That is not addiction, it is classic oral fixation. Anal stage, 2 to 10 seconds, total control. WD-40 decides where it enters, where it exits, how much jet, how many drops. The stubborn screw is the stool that refuses to come out. The spray is the superego saying, now it will. Absolute power. Who has never felt sadistic pleasure watching a screw that resisted for years finally surrender? Phallic stage, 10 seconds onward. The long, rigid nozzle, the surgically precise jet. The phallic symbolism is so obvious that even the cigar I smoked on the cover of the Interpretation of Dreams would be jealous. Look at me, I penetrate anywhere, screams the id in aerosol form. Latency stage, between uses. It sits quietly in the garage cabinet next to the drill nobody ever uses. But everyone knows it's there, waiting. It is the perfect transitional object, neither child nor adult, only pure potential. Genital stage, maturity. When you use WD-40 on your girlfriend's car, your son's bicycle, your grandmother's wheelchair. Shared pleasure, mature relationship, complete sublimation. Except, of course, for the warning on the label, do not use on rubber. And that is the corporate superego of 3M shouting, thus far and no further, young Freud. Now allow me to present the 15 most repressed uses known to mankind. 5 were simply not enough to contain so much mechanical neurosis. Freeing a childhood bicycle's rusty screw. Instant regression to age 8, cleaning remote control battery contacts, restoring blocked affection for Netflix, removing gum from daughter's hair, symbolic separation from the clingy mother. Driving bees out of the yard, repression of sexual impulses buzzing around the home, silencing hinges that creak at night, silencing the unconscious scream at 3:17 a.m. Removing price stickers that never come off, struggle against consumer castration. lubricating a lock that jams when it rains, separation anxiety from one's own house, getting pen ink out of a shirt pocket, projected guilt onto fabric, freeing a swollen finger from a stuck ring, fear of the wedding band as eternal shackle, cleaning the barbecue grill, collective expiation of weekend carnal sins, unsticking an old jacket zipper, reliving the first kiss at age 14, repelling rats from the car engine, projection of fear that one's own ID is gnawing the wires, removing fresh paint from skin, attempt to erase an emotional tattoo, lubricating bicycle chains that squeak louder than the mother-in-law, domesticated passive aggression, using as emergency deodorant, complete denial of olfactory reality. If after this list, your can of WD-40 is not looking at you with respect, I give up psychoanalysis. Let us speak of transference. Patient, I feel that you desire me deeply. Every time I press your trigger, you respond with a perfect jet, exactly the right amount. This is classic erotic transference, but I also feel anger, because you never truly run out. I shake, it seems empty, and still another tss comes out. That is lubricant ego omnipotence. You deny finitude. You are Thanatos disguised as Eros, wearing blue overalls. Now a special session, dream interpretation. I have received 287 WD-40 dreams in recent months. Here are the most revealing. Dream 1. I dreamed the WD-40 was giant and chased me through a dark garage. Interpretation, inverted castration anxiety. The can grows in proportion to repressed desire. Dream 2. I sprayed WD-40 on my ex and she started working perfectly again. Narcissistic repair attempt. Sad, but common. I recommend Analysis Plus, a new can. Dream 3. The can spoke German and called me mein Schraubenzieher. Projection of the paternal superego, plus an unexpected tool fetish, noted for future publication. Dream 4. I was trapped inside the can and couldn't get out. Claustrophobia plus desire to regress to the chemical womb. Dream 5. The WD-40 evaporated and I cried for 3 days. Anticipatory mourning for the loss of the perfect transitional object. Dream 6. I used WD-40 on my therapist and he started telling the truth. Wished to dissolve analytic resistance. Interesting. Dream 7. My mother turned into a giant WD-40 can and sprayed me non-stop. Inverted Oedipus complex with maternal overcare overdose. Dream 8. I was the WD-40 and everyone used me until I was gone. Fear of libidinal depletion. I recommend vacation. Enough dreams. Time for the final conclusion. WD-40 is not a product. It is the supreme mediator between desire and resistance. It is the analyst who never charges, never judges, never misinterprets. It is the object that allows the common man to achieve in 5 seconds what years of therapy cannot. Release what is stuck, clean what is dirty, silence what screams. It is the perfect sublimation of aggression. Instead of breaking the screw, you set it free. It is forgiveness in aerosol form. Final prescription. Use 3 times daily, preferably on objects that resist. Never read the label aloud. That would be acting out the symptom. When the can is empty, keep it. Emptiness is symbolic too. If you feel guilt for using it on something unapproved, write it on paper, burn it, and spray the ashes. Complete catharsis. Session terminated. Next patient in line. The cooking oil everyone uses for everything, including hair cream. Thought it was just lubricant? No. It's liquid neurosis in a bottle. If you have ever used WD-40 for something you shouldn't, removing a commitment ring, loosening handcuffs, lubricating a relationship that already creaked too much, comment below your mechanical sin. Confession is the first step towards sublimation. And who knows, maybe the WD-40 company will see this video and send me a truckload of cans as transference payment. WD-40 did not sponsor this video, but it should. Because, as I always said, where there is rust, there is a wish. Danke schön, and may the jet be with you.